come to Royal Randwick for a moment, because the shorts comes on just after it. Here he is, the one and only Nature Strip.
The world's best sprinter is here back at Royal Randwick, and interestingly he can be a bit vulnerable first up into the preparation, but he only raced last on the 14th of June in the King's Stand Stakes. He's had that trip, so I'm looking at him saying that he's not too far off the mark, and he looks as though he's forward enough to run really, really well. This is the guy that's got the race fitness on his side, Eduardo. He's a little street fighter. He's affectionately known as thinking that he's a lot bigger than he actually is. He won so impressively first up in the Concord, and he's going to really put it to Nature Strip today, Bruce.
What about Mars Crusade? He's been second in a TJ Smith, second in an Everest, both at this course.
Absolutely, and there's no reason why he couldn't run really, really well. Of course he'll run really well. It's just a case that he's just gets back, he always runs on, he's always got that flashing light, he has to have everything go his way, so he's not completely out of it. His trials have been really good, but it's just a case of how do you get past a horse like Nature Strip and Eduardo.
Eduardo went from a Doomben 10,000, Red Zell went from a Doomben 10,000. Can Marzu go from one?
He's been trialling really nicely. There's no reason why he can't go on with it today. I do think this is an acid test for him up against Eduardo and Nature Strip. He needs to sort of really make a mark today to say that he's the one that's up and comer, and there's no reason why he won't be.
Let's go to the tab. Ali, how much fun is this?
It's a lot of fun, Bruce, particularly for the punters who have Nature Strip as the last leg of their three-leg multis. They've gone Zugotcha Animo into Nature Strip, so with 60% of the hold, hopefully he can get the job done for them. He's our 220 favourite resuming from Royal Ascot. Eduardo second elect at $4. Marzu $6.50 in from 7s. Lost and running out of touch to $10. Classique Legend is at 17s. Overpass 19s. Mars Crusader into 21 from $23. And then it's 26 or more, the rest of them. It's all about Nature Strip.
Thanks for that, Ali. We'll come back to you. So let's have a look here. So this is
Overpass.
We're going to leave that for the moment now, because the shorts is bang on us. And let's go back to Ali Mosley from the tab for the hot horse for the shorts.
It sounds so cliche to do it, Bruce, but it's got to be Nature Strip. He is easing by a touch now. He's at about 240 in the betting, out from 220 when he opened, but he's got 60% of the hold, and as I said, a lot of multis riding on him.
So Nature Strip. So Eduardo Nature Strip, Lizzie, this is the 11th time they've clashed. It's Oakley Plate was the first time. It was a different world for both of them. A different trainer for Eduardo. I think Nature Strip had just gone to Chris, but it's 6-4 in Nature Strip's favour. But so often they have provided the Quinella. They've certainly provided 2 of the 3 place getters. It's one of the really great modern day rivalries, isn't it?
It is, and when you look at this race as well, whoever is running in the placings, in past years, in 2019, the trifecta from this race went and contested the Everest. So this is really what's touted a mini Everest. Who performs in this race is invariably who performs in the big race, the Everest. And that's why it's such an important lead up towards the Everest. You can see Nature Strip and Eduardo, they've both got their toughness. Eduardo is a horse that has had the run under his belt, but Nature Strip has had the trip overseas. He's in career best form, there's no doubt about that. The way he put them away at Royal Ascot in the King's Stand Stakes made everyone extremely proud, and the fact that he hasn't had too long off of the scene. And I think one of his best runs was first up last preparation in the Lightning, where he missed the start and was able to run a close head to home affairs. So much upside to both these horses. They've clashed many, many times before, 11 times, and as you mentioned, a great rivalry will continue in this race.
So Richo, as Dino explained to us, the oldest feature sprint ever in Australia, with all those runnings, and 7 years older than the Newmarket Handicap. And as good as it is, I'm not sure in my lifetime we've seen a better shorts in terms of depth and interest going forward.
And $1 million up for grabs. I concur with all your thoughts. I was staggered when I heard how old this race is. So 155th running. It's a Group 2 race, but it's a race that has been so lifted with the brilliance of the Everest. What a great race this is going to be. Nature Strip v Eduardo, the emergence of the young gun in Marzu, the old boy there in Classique Legend trying to turn back the clock, and if they overdo it in front, maybe Masked Crusader can finally fulfil his promise and knock off the big boys. It is going to be a ripper.
Could a Godolphin horse put his hand up here? Are they good enough? The track might suit them, actually. It might suit a wet tracker like Andermatt.
But it suits Nature Strip and Eduardo. Wet, dry, it doesn't matter. They're as good on each surface.
Hold your breath. What a ride it's going to be. I'm nervous. I don't know about you at home. This is exciting. Darren Flindell for the shorts.
A much anticipated running of the shorts, the time-honoured shorts. There's the light, and we're ready to run. Stand by for a start. Gates are back, they're off. Nature Strip jumped out fairly. Eduardo was first into stride. Overpass was quickly out up on the outside. And Athelric goes to third. Nature Strip is slowly improving on the inside of Marzu. Lost and running midfield. Andermatt out deep, followed by Handle the Truth. Masked Crusaders right off the track from Rocketing by Shelby 66, Classique Legend, and Anathol's last of all. Eduardo's got the lead all on his own here at the 600 metres in the hands of Brenton Abdullah. Leads by a length to Overpass. Nature Strip railing through, gets to third. Marzu without cover, lost and running deeper out. Then came Athelric, Handle the Truth, Rocketing by Andermatt. Shelby 66 taking rails runs. Classique Legend second last. Eduardo comes up the rise, 2 lengths clear from Nature Strip, stalking him. Then came Overpass, lost and running to the outside, making ground. Eduardo in front, but Nature Strip getting on terms now. Here comes the champ, Nature Strip, taking the lead from Eduardo, clear from lost and running, and Nature Strip back on target to defend his Everest title. Nature Strip beat lost and running Overpass. They beat off Eduardo. Then Masked Crusader from Marzu. Further back to Anathol, Rocketing by from Andermatt, Handle the Truth, Shelby 66 and Classique Legend.
So he gets to 19 million. He's won 9 Group 1s. That wasn't a Group 1, it felt like one. It felt like a big Group 1. He was stunning today. He's improved, Lizzie. He's improved. He's an 8-year-old. Royal Ascot, he was dominant against many of the world's best sprinters, one from the United States and the Europeans. He was dominant here today, and Eduardo, I thought, had the race run as he would have wished, and he went straight past him.
12 months ago, I don't think we would have seen Nature Strip run down Eduardo if that scenario had come about. But today we were able to see him a little bit slowly. Look at Jack there. He's just his customary jump out of his chair because he is so elated to see this guy back in fantastic form. It's so important to see these guys back as well, especially when they've had the trip away overseas. We know so many times they can sometimes not return in the same order, but I agree with you. He looks like he's come back better.
Richo, I'm just looking at Classique Legend going over the line. He was on the fence early, so that's a little worry. He was on the inside. Overpass, big tick, Richo. Gets himself a chance to get in. Lost and running, terrific. But let's go back to the champ. How good was he today, Richo?
Well, he is the furnished product now, isn't he? And it's hard to believe that it's taken until 8 years of age, but well, you look at these last 18 months, what we've seen is that he's the finished product, and all the time and effort from all of his trainers and all of his carers to get him to behave at his absolute best, not waste his energy early. He used to over race and throw his head around, and he was a bit enigmatic for the punters. He is the finished product now, and James McDonald knows him so well. Doesn't it set up perfectly when Eduardo's in the race? Because James can follow, and he knows that Eduardo's so brave, will take him into the race. Overpass, a huge tick. Lost and running, a huge tick. Eduardo is what Eduardo is. He's a beauty. Marzu will derive a lot of benefit from that. Pete and Paul Snowden have been really honest about the fact that he wasn't screwed down. Masked Crusader flashed up on the inside when it gets to 1,200 metres for the grand final. He'll be in the mix, but there's only one that they have to beat, and it's the big boy, Nature Strip.
The captain of the All-Australian team and the vice-captain of the All-Australian team for Dino, eh? Nature Strip and Animo. It's been a good day for those. Marvellous, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant. Tuvalu, can he win off a shortish break? But he is
This horse racing telecast brought to you by Harvey Norman for everything you need: furniture, bedding, electrical and technology.
Stunning, wasn't it, Lizzie? I mean, here you felt like Eduardo was just where Eduardo wants to be. Nature Strip was fine, but he had work to do. Overpass, we know how well he's run. He'll get an Everest slot, you reckon. Lost and running terrific. But what about the big two, Eddie and his mate, Nature Strip?
Yeah, breathtaking, wasn't it? When you see them single out in the straight and you wonder whether Nature Strip is going to be able to beat the little tough Eduardo. Eduardo gave everything in this race, but Nature Strip was just too good on that occasion. Interestingly, seeing the horses flashing home from back in the field, overpassed and lost in running, they would have pleased their trainers no end.
Chris Waller, well, it's a masterpiece. He did that with Winks, didn't he? But this is another masterpiece, the way he's brought this horse home.
Well, Chris Waller, the winning trainer, the trainer of Nature Strip, congratulations. He just gives you goosebumps.
Yeah, he sure does. And today he displayed that he's got ringcraft now, and just to switch off and do those little things right, I think can help him be better. So he's doing it the right way. He's not breaking his own heart. He used to break other horses' hearts, sometimes his own. So it's a good first up run. He'll take improvement from it and be there in 4 weeks' time.
Are you surprised? Can you believe how well he came back after his trip? Were you expecting something like this?
We didn't really know what to expect, to tell you the truth. We didn't expect it would be this good. I expected there'd be a bit of downtime required, and his coat might change, and it's a big thing. But it was just worked out well. He was there for basically 28 days. He got the job done there, came back, did his quarantine in a cool, wet Melbourne climate, and then come up here. It's just a little bit warmer, and he looks a picture of health, and he's heading the right way for 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, you just want to keep him happy now for 4 weeks.
Yeah, happy horse is a happy trainer.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Chris Waller.
J-Mac, what do we say about this horse? Like, every time he steps out, it's just, he gets better and better. Like, he matures more and more. His head's in a better space. Mate, what can you tell us?
Getting ready for a Cox Plate, what do you reckon?
Why not? You can't ride two.
No, he was... Like, today was a nice day for him to do that. He was okay into speed, as good as normally he is anyway, and I thought I won't move a muscle and just see what actually unfolds. There was no real pressure on us to hold a position, let him glide through. He did it beautifully. First half was great, and then at the 500 where he normally chimes into his races, he thought time was go, but as soon as I come back a little bit, oh boy, he come back, and then it was just a matter of just gliding up the running, and I think I don't know, he wears his heart on the sleeve. I think there's a little bit more to give, but in saying that, he was at his top.
He just oozes in confidence. Like, once he come out from behind the leader, you could just see, like, there was never a worry of him picking it up.
No. He's just got, yeah, like you said, he's the pick of the yard because he wanders around. He did that at Ascot as well. Everyone was in awe of him with the way he strutted around that parade ring, and I think that was his best performance in his career, and I dare to say he hasn't gone backwards anyway.
Well done, man.
Thanks, Brent.
Just a glorious day, isn't it, when Animo wins and then a half an hour or so later Nature Strip wins and J-Mac involved with both of those. What a star he is. So for Jared Friday, a big opportunity with Tuvalu in the Sir Rupert Clarke. Here's Richo.